Titans.
Absolutely.
I mean, and that's really what the matchup boils down to.
And I think the key cards for Michael Tabler will really be Shrine of Burning Rage. Dustin Flora's deck only has 2 copies of Into the Royal that can deal with Shrine of Burning Rage once it hits play. And as we saw in the last game that Michael Tabler played, that Shrine can build up and do a lot of damage very quickly. So here we see the players on the screen. Michael Tabler right there. Dustin Flora right there.
And once again, this is a pretty big tournament for Michael Tabler. He came in with a rating of about 2045. And if he wins the event, there's a good chance he'll be qualified for Worlds on rating. So, playing in kind of the finals of a World PTQ here.
Regardless of what happens, he will have a boatload of Planeswalker points to show for it.
It's true. Plenty of Planeswalker points, plenty of Star City Games Open points.
Absolutely.
And he's able to be qualified for the Invitational coming up in just a couple months in Charlotte. Pretty excited about that. Invitational is always a great weekend.
Oh, I mean,
tons of fun.
And the fact that next year we'll have 4 Invitationals is pretty awesome. Just the opportunity to play in large-scale events with big prizes is always something that I personally love to do, and I can't imagine anyone else wouldn't love the opportunity to compete for a $10,000 first prize.
Yeah, I mean, it's insane how much money we're giving away. $50,000 by the time all is said and done per invitation,
Which
I believe.
is more than a Grand Prix. There are many Grand Prix.
Far more.
Many Grand Prix next year, but none of them will have prize purses as large as the SCG Invitational event.
Plus, the Invitational is just a really unique tournament, too. It's very strange. No other tournament is like back-to-back constructed formats. You get Worlds, which is 3 formats, and you have, drafts separating them with 2 constructed formats. But the dynamic was actually very interesting. Like, choosing your decks, because you're, depending on where you're going into the home stretch, or, like, you're fighting these different rounds back to back. There's some really interesting.
So how does it break down?
It goes standard, legacy, standard.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting. Well, here we have some standard being played. So Michael Tabler opens on Mountain Goblin Guide, which looks like it gave Dustin Flora a Drowned Catacombs. So Dustin Flora will lead off with a pretty island, and I believe he's going to have to discard thanks to that Goblin Guide.
It's a rough position to be in.
So sorry, island goes to the graveyard. So Michael Tabler draws and sends in his Goblin Guide once more with a buddy, I think. Oh, no buddy. Just a buddy, but no buddy who can attack this turn. And Inquisition is revealed.
We'll drop Dustin down to 16.
This is certainly the sort of start that Michael Tabler wants, being able to get a Goblin Guide through unmolested for a few turns. I don't see an actual removal spell in Dustin's hand.
Dustin's hand seems incredibly slow.
Yeah, I don't. I'm a little surprised that he kept this hand.
He's got 2 discard spells, I think, but
not
a lot of action.
One of those he didn't. He just saw off of the Goblin Guide.
Oh, there's a preordain.
And
Jason preordain, I think.
I think both these go to the bottom. You have to kill that Goblin Guide, and fast.
Yeah, like finding Dismember would be all right here, or just Doomblade go over the throat.
Dismember's probably about as good as. Did he put both on top?
Both on top. Wow.
Okay, that wasn't a Jason preordain. That was Dark Six Shores. Okay, so Dark Six Shores gives him a look at a handful of burn.
Phoenix, Bolt, Fork Bolt, and Iron Mesa. God, really surprised he kept that Dark Six Shores, though. I mean, we know he has several lands. We know he has a Drowned Catacombs.
Well, I think there was a Drowned Catacombs that he saw. It might have been something else, but that's what I had thought it was. But it does seem a little greedy, or rather not greedy at all. A little conservative. Maybe I actually don't see the Drowned Catacombs in his hand now that he just flipped through it. It could be that we were mistaken for what was actually revealed. That might have been a Creeping Tar Pit.
Tar Pit.
Which actually makes it a little strange that he didn't play that in turn 1.
Yeah, very
He
strange.
led with Island. If he had Creeping Tar Pit in his hand,
there's no good reason.
I think you certainly lead with Tar Pit there. But so Michael Tabler fetches for a Mountain, giving him some Lavamancer fuel, which looks like it is going to get to work. Oh, it does not though. No, Lavamancer couldn't get the work that turn. It had just been summoned. So Michael Tabler draws, and I believe we will see another Arid Mesa and that Chandra's Phoenix. So Phoenix you. So 4 damage. Dustin Flora goes down to 12 life.
And Fast start by Michael Tabler, and once again, Dustin just has no removal or anything to back it up.
And he's a Jace on top of his deck.
Yeah, why did he keep that Jace?
I'm a little confused by a couple of decisions that Dustin Flora has made this game.
I probably wouldn't have kept his opening hand, and
I likely would have done a different thing every turn. So he draws that Jace. It was a Drowned Catacombs.
Then keeping those cards makes no sense to me.
So Inquisition, that will take out the Force Bolt, or nope, a Lightning Bolt.
All right, sure.
But I mean, yeah, now he has that Jace in his hand that he's not even gonna have an opportunity to play.
That's very weird to me. All right, crashes in for 4, drops just into 7, and
revealing Grave Titan.
All right, that's
game,
right?
Little, yeah. That's not gonna do anything. So Dustin's just gonna draw Grave Titan and die. Oh, does he have to go for the throat?
I don't think he does. Wouldn't he have casted a long time ago?
I mean, I would have done a lot of different things, but no, he just takes the damage. See, Dustin, I think, is just dead.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to draw his Grave Titan.
He draws Grave Titan.
I mean, he could play Psalmist and Lacrum, I guess.
I don't even think that's in his hand.
I'm pretty sure he's got Salt.
Oh, does he? Okay, yeah, he does have a Salt.
But, I mean, even then...
Right, I mean, he's just getting faced by Lavamancer, attacked by... faced by Lavamancer, Bolt you attacking the Phoenix, you're dead.
Yeah. Should be game.
I think he's just hoping Michael Tabler fails to do math. Which, when you're in the finals with Mono Red, is a skill you have generally flexed throughout the weekend.
Yeah. Well, he kills the Solemn, but I mean, I think either way it works out very much the same. I don't like Dustin's play here very much.
I mean, I literally don't like a play he made on any turn. So
now I'm kind of curious what his thought process was.
Absolutely. So yeah, and Bolt you.
All right, and flip over Liliana Vest, just the card we want. And there's Fork Bolt.
And there's the game. So we're going to be moving on to game 2. Michael Tabler wins the first with a pretty aggressive start against Dustin Flora's pretty slow draw.
Yeah.
So how do you think this changes after sideboarding?
All right, let's see. We get Michael Tabler looking at sideboard. Not a lot. Maybe he brings in the hero just for another guy, if that's what he wants. But Dismember doesn't do much. Active Aggression isn't that exciting. Manic Vandal, no. Combust, no. Arc Trail, no. Refugee, no. On the other hand, Bloodghast coming in will not come in for Dustin Flora. Ratchet Bomb could come in, potentially.
Ratchet Bomb is a card that gives him a way to interact with Shrine, which is relatively important.
Disfigure, Wormcoil Engine is a big one.
Yeah, Flash Freeze is relevant, not a huge upgrade from anything he has. So I imagine we'll see Disfigure come in for sure, Wormcoil Engine come in for sure, Flash Freeze come in for sure, and there's a very good chance that Ratchet Bomb comes in for some of his slower cards.
Well, in the meantime, we have a year of Star City Games Premium to give away. So
a full year.
Not only will one of these two players winning, but soon one of you will be winning the opportunity to read articles by people like Brian Kibler, as well as other great minds, Patrick Chapin.
Like Gavin.
I'm on the pre-side, actually.
Well, you can still read Gavin.
It's true. Like Brian, so Brian Kibler, Brad Nelson, Patrick Chapin. Of course, great videos by people like Michael Jacob. Brian Kibler had videos up this week.
You could see me attack with some
break some blades,
some skin shifters. Boom.
And here's gonna be the question: every deck in the top 8 had multiple copies, except for one archetype. Which archetype was there only a single copy of in the top 8?
Very tricky.
Very tricky question. Just to give you a hint, you could probably find this information on the StarCityGames.com page if you go and check out the tournament. Of course, all kinds of other great information there too. You can see all round-by-round standings, written feature match coverage, deck packs. There are actually some really cool decks played in this event. 9th place of this tournament on tiebreakers, unfortunately, was Philip Lauren's Tezzeret deck. Too bad. We watched him play twice yesterday. It was a blast to see that deck in action. I think it was really cool. Format's not so relevant anymore, obviously. This is pretty much the last big tournament with it.
There's still Friday Night Magic, which can still get you Planeswalker points.
There you go. You gotta go get those Planeswalker points. Also, I guess are there any nationals next weekend?
There is. If you're from Brazil, Brazilian nationals is in fact next weekend. Paulo's complaining. Of course, Paulo's complaining. That's what Paulo does.
He has to skip Montreal.
Yeah, he can't go to Montreal. So he gets to go to a tournament with a similar pro tour point payout and likely less competition. but yeah. So Brazilian national competitors, we have your deck lists. Go and check that out. And yeah, anyone else who just wants one last hurrah with Squadron Hawk.
Yeah, exactly. So.
Or Preordain, or Jace, or any number of these cards.
Now, Jace Blair, I think, is actually the card I'm probably the saddest about rotating. Because I played with that card just since Flora, chronically since Flora when it came out. It's been in half my blue decks or more.
Sure.
And not going to be able to do that anymore.
Lotus Cobra?
Cobra, big one.
Fetchland's gone. Goblin Guide, gone.
Goblin Guide has been, pretty much ubiquitously played for the past several years.
Yeah, I mean, Goblin Guide has seen quite a bit of play. And will no longer, at least in this format.
I was looking at these lists: Searing Blaze.
Yep.
Stagger Shock, Forked Bull.
Inquisition,
sure.
Inquisition is gone.
It's very strange always for the third set cards. It feels like the third set cards are so much newer than like the first set cards. It's like, man, Inquisition is so much more recent than Goblin Guide.
Inquisition is a second set card, wasn't it?
Wasn't it in Rise?
Was it?
You're
right, it was in Rise, yeah. Because it says Kozilek on it. It
Yeah,
probably was in Rise.
Very high chance it was in Rise, and not Inquisition of Koza. Brian and I were talking about this last night, about how Zendikar really has a stranglehold on this format, and has for a long time. If you look at block constructed deck lists compared to like standard deck lists, it's really apparent how much Zendikar just controls this format with really high power cards, and also just the land counts too. We see like those man lands make a gigantic difference in what decks you can play and how viable certain archetypes are.
I mean, if you look at just these two deck lists in the finals, you see 12 lands from the block in the mono red deck, Teetering Peaks and 8 fetch lands, and the fetch lands being very relevant in terms of the way that they fuel Grim Lavamancer. In the blue black deck, you see Creeping Tarpit and Tectonic Edge, both of which have a significant play a significant role in the blue black game plan.
And I mean, in addition to just giving you lands with attack, it also just lets you play more lands easily. I think we were talking about this yesterday too. A lot of players just don't play enough lands in their decks, and after Worldwick rotates out, after Zendikar rotates out, I think a lot of players are going to get mana screwed a lot more often.
Yeah, I mean, between Preordain leaving and people just not playing enough land because they don't have creature lands anymore, then again, people don't have to worry about getting Tectonic Edge, so they can certainly play more big spells than they used to be able to with land counts more like those that they're more likely to play.
It's interesting. Like, even just looking at this mono red deck list, traditionally mono red might be like a 22 landish deck. You have like 22-ish lands. But this mono red deck has 11, 19, 20. 11, 15, 19, 20, 23 lands, and so it's playing extra lands because you have those Teetering Peaks action. So it certainly shows how much it impacts. All right, so
there is one of those man lands on turn 1 from Dustin Flora. Creeping Tar Pit comes down.
All right.
Michael Hibbler with a much slower start this game. Just a mountain to show for his turn 1. And he goes for the Shrine. Does Dustin Flora. He has a Flash Freeze in his hand that he probably wishes was a Mana Leak.
We were talking about this yesterday. How often is it right to split your Flash Freeze in Mana Leaks? When is it correct to leave Mana Leaks in?
I think it's a lot different in a deck like Blue Black Control, because Blue Black Control because it has so many fewer ways to actually get a Shrine off the board. I think that it's perfectly reasonable to play some number of Mana Leaks in the deck. You see here that Flash Freeze not doing anything, whereas Mana Leak would prevent that very, very potent Shrine from coming into play.
Yeah, now that Shrine is going to be very powerful this game, unless Dustin finds one of those two into the Royals. It's going to easily hit for 10 plus damage.
Yeah.
And that's could close out the game in short fashion. All right, Chandra's Phoenix. You'll see Flash Freeze
another
here.
card you're not going to really want to counter. So, Flash Freeze, while it is a reasonable answer to most creatures, Chandra's Phoenix is not a card you typically want to use counter magic on. It will just come back for more.
And Dustin just lets it resolve and takes the hit, dropping to 18 life.
Dustin on a pretty single-minded plan, it looks like, this game. He has a Simulacrum into Grave Titan, which is a fine plan as far as plans go.
Yeah, I mean, turn 5 Grave Titan out of your control deck, still pretty strong, although with the Flyer, with the Shrine, it's very possible Michael can just go literally over the top of that Grave Titan.
So we see Teetering Peaks.
Crunching
so
that
Phoenix hits for 4 damage, putting Dustin Flora down to 14. Michael Tabler still has a fistful of cards. He's only actually used 2 of his spells so far this game to deal that 6 damage. He has a shrine that will be ticking up very, very quickly.
And tap. Let's see what's Michael's next play? So you probably imagine there's a 6-drop coming.
Yeah. I actually think if I were Dustin, I would have Flash Freeze that Phoenix.
I think I would have.
The way that this game is going to play out, you're using all of your mana over the next few turns, and while your card economy wise, you're not in the greatest shape if you have to Flash Freeze it, you're saving yourself a lot of life over the course of those turns.
Yeah, I mean, just because you normally don't want to Flash Freeze a Phoenix, but just you're tapping out on turn 4, you can tap out on turn after that. Who knows what you're doing the turn after?
Right.
Maybe you're creeping tar pitting. So, all right. So Michael Tabler just passes back to Dustin Flora with a full grip, like a 4 or 5 guards.
Oh, it looks like Dustin did just draw into the Royal.
Well, Michael wisely left 3 untapped for that shrine.
Well, I mean, Dustin, I think, really wants to play his
Titan. I mean,
his
yes.
Titan this turn.
All right, in comes Solemn, going to knock Michael Tabler down to 17. Land number 6, and it's time for things to get a little grave.
Well, Dustin is certainly contemplating his options. He does have the ability to into the Royal that Shrine back and keep up Flash Freeze mana.
I don't know, how are you going to win that way, though?
Yeah, I mean, you're still facing down that he does just say go.
I'm really surprised. I mean, I don't know, if you don't cast that Titan there, you're just taking extra damage.
Right, you're...
Wow, Teetering Peaks, too. I just don't know how you're going to win if you play that way.
I mean, look at how much damage this Phoenix has represented for just 3 mana.
10 points,
It's done 10 damage. And I mean, now Dustin is, is he just going to try and into the Royal now? I mean, Michael can really just say go over and over and over. So he's gonna try into the Royal. He's gonna get hit in the face, perhaps with a lightning bolt and then the Shrine, some sort of burn spell.
I mean, lightning bolt plus Shrine activation should be more or less lethal. Might bring Dustin down to maybe 2 life.
It is very close.
1 or 2 life. He even has the bolt in his hand. I can see it. All right, maybe bolt gets Flash Freeze though. Bolts Dustin, you gotta Flash Freeze this. Just because, I mean, you don't want to die with Flash Freeze in your hand.
Right.
Alright, sure, Shrine you. Alright, Dustin.
So how big did that Shrine end up being? 4 points? 5 points? So Dustin down to 5 life. I mean, imagine if he just used that Flash Freeze in the first place.
Yep. I mean, I like Flash Freeze in that Phoenix.
I mean, you didn't want to cast Titan last turn, but you want to cast it this turn when you're in worse shape. I guess you have nothing that you can hold up mana for, but...
Alright, Titan comes down.
And
Michael's untapping pretty
very quickly.
Oh, he's got a hand shock of burn, I think. I see at least a 4th bolt there. So that
there was definitely a Phoenix.
If he's Phoenix plus 4th bolt, that is...
I'm almost certain that's a Phoenix. I imagine this game would just be over if he had 5 points of damage that he could deal. But maybe he's checking his math. Is this 5?
I guess that's fair. He doesn't want to mess up again. So be very careful.
That's a Kargan Dragon Lord, I think?
Yeah, he has a Dragon Lord in his hand for sure. I'm pretty sure he's got a 4th bolt too.
So he must just not have the kill.
I think he's got Hero of Oxygen range. Alright, there's a Dragon Lord.
Is he not attacking?
You have to serve with that Phoenix, no question. Alright, Dragon Lord. Serve with Phoenix, drop you to 3.
Huh? Wow, I thought this was just over. It looks like Michael Tabler just does not have burn in his hand. He has a fistful of Dragon Lords.
All 3. It's full house. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 15. Yeah, he has to do some blocking. Gotta throw a Dragon Lord in front of Grave Titan here. Now if Dustin attacks, Michael will block a Dragon Lord on Grave Titan. Then he can untap, level up his Dragon Lord, and attack for the kill.
Nope.
All right, activates
Pair
two
of
Tar Pits.
Is this lethal?
I
don't think this
not
could be lethal.
I think. Let's see,
But
1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
does
6,
this
9. It doesn't even force him to double block.
I think it must,
6,
right?
7, 8,
There's
9. No,
6,
it's only 12. It's only 12.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. What's going on?
Unless you have the life totals wrong, I don't know why.
I don't.
There's no reason for him to double block here.
Right. It seems like you just block with our life totals wrong.
I mean, I think he's got Fork Bolt in his hand, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah. So.
Attack you, Fork Bolt you. Your life total is what now?
Your life total is now 0. And there we have it. So Michael Tabler wins the Star City Games Open Series standard portion in Atlanta.
Congratulations to Michael Tabler. Crazy story for him. Very, very cool. Good work. Mono Red takes the tournament down. A lot of people have talked about Mono Red since M12